damper. Want me to reach over or can I squeeze through? 2, 3. It's a lot of work. By break time, you're a little spent. Oh, of course, I left my C-clamps up there. Apprentice move. We got to our last week of the 5-week pre-apprenticeship, and they started telling us, what you guys are gonna wanna do is put in applications for all 5 apprenticeships. If I have a choice between being a plumber or a pipe fitter or a sheet metal or electrician, I'm gonna go with sheet metal, because I get to build things with my hand. And people were like, did they not allow you because of felonies? And I was like, to be honest with you, I am currently on parole as we speak. So I started drinking when I was 9 years old. Started smoking around the same time. Do that just to self-medicate more than anything else. I did grow up institutionalized. Only thing that I can remember for the biggest part of my childhood was social services. And in 2002, I was abusing substances. Went and carjacked a couple. Aggravated motor vehicle theft. And I was 2 months past my 18th birthday, so. And spent 13 years of my life incarcerated. I can't ever apologize enough, and that's something that I'm gonna have to live with for the rest of my life. I made a vow to myself. I made a vow of peace, that I wasn't gonna harm, hurt, belittle anybody.
Most definitely.
Me and Ralph, we grew up together. Our community is kind of small, and it's an indigenous community.
In my dream, I see a huge camp filled with teepees and people riding horses.
And when he was released, I made sure that I was there. I knew that it was gonna be a big deal to find support system for him. When he went in, it was a completely different world than when he came out. He didn't know how to use a smartphone. He was like, just get me a flip phone. And I was like, I don't think they sell those anymore. One of the places that he went to was the JATC, which is the sheet metal apprenticeship. He walked in there and he was just really, really excited.
As soon as I walked into that shop and met the staff and met the people, I was like, this is it. Hola. I didn't know what to expect because I have never been on a construction site before. The first process is getting you materials handling, just getting you on a job site so you're familiar with it, and then making sure that everybody has their material they need. And I did that for about 6 months, and then I got my first chance to install. It was a simple task, but it was like, we're gonna start you small, and I rocked it. I did excellent. And I moved on from that to actual ductwork. This is technically the biggest ductwork I have installed in my apprenticeship. Everybody needs air, so as long as you're in a building that needs air, sheet metal is gonna be around because we have to provide it. What we have here is a sheet metal hammer. This particular screwdriver itself is amazing because the tip will pierce metal. Your snips are gonna probably be your third most important. Your duct hoist is your biggest friend when it comes to lifting that ductwork. Your tote tray, I got this from a journeyman who helped me out because he's seen that I didn't have one.
I just see a change in him. He's more confident. He has pride in what he does every single day. He's so proud to go to work. He's so proud to go to the union meetings.
I was going to almost every union meeting at the beginning of my apprenticeship. So I'd bring my wife and my kids down there and they're like, hey, come on, here's some food. Sit down. The kids can, be careful, but you guys can run around if you want.
It's just this really great environment where they support your family as a whole. If an indigenous person has that community connectedness, it very much will help them grow as a person.
I take my work boots off at the end of the day and it's really rewarding. Loosen those laces, get into some comfortable clothes. And the symbolism for me on that is I work hard and I try to explain that to my kids. I make sure that you guys have food, clothing, housing, and I actually work for it.
The sheet metal apprenticeship has opened up a lot of opportunities for Ralph, not just work, but he has another community and they definitely see something in him and he's starting to see that in himself. I don't know a lot of people that have been in the system that can find the beauty and take something negative and make it into a positive. And I was like, that's why you deserve this redemption. That's why you deserve to have every opportunity that's laying out in front of you.